The last 8 meetings between these two sides have produced a result. Half a dozen of those have gone the way of Milan. Only 2 Fiorentina wins in that time, albeit both of them were on this ground. March of 2023, November of 2021. So they will feel that they can go on and win this game, the Viola. On by Gudmundsson. Emerson Real made sure he got enough power on the header.
He did well at the end. Ken had a chance a couple of times to run behind. To attack Gabbia is not the quickest. And then Tomori, AC Milan has to produce more in terms of conclusion.
Emerson. Pulisic. It's been kept quiet so far by Robin Gosens. Gambia's ball forward. Morata's gone down. Comunzo seemed to have an arm around the Spaniard.
Yes, someone, but Comunzo, who had a decent first half, needs to be careful. Plenty of runs forward.
Clever ball from Cataldi. Keane running through. He's got Gudmundsson square. Moise Keane! And again, he's flagged offside. It's the second time this evening he's had a goal ruled out. But he tried to bend his run. It was a lovely ball from Cataldi.
Wonderful first touch ball. Maybe we're gonna check Emerson Royal position, but that's the ball. So hard to defend against. First time over behind the AC Milan defender's shoulders, and it's fortunately for Fonseca's side. Keane was offside.
They have been given a warning though. If they are to play a very high defensive line, they need to be wary of the pace of Keane in behind. We've seen that from Cataldi in the past. That was clearly something they'd worked on at Viola Park, the training ground. Given away by Gambia to Keane. Cataldi is the most advanced player in purple. Keane's lost it though. Morata. Wonderful first touch from Abraham, and here's Rafael Leao. Good tracking back from Dodo.
Brilliant by Dodo. Had a good game so far, especially considering that he's been booked after 7 minutes and he's playing against Leao.
This game has been entertaining ever since the 25th minute or so. Took a while to get going, but now it's hugely enjoyable. Adli for Bove. Adli again. One back by Reinders. Fofana for Abraham. Still Tammy Abraham, tried to slot it through the gap. Milan will be increasingly ambitious in an attacking sense. Abraham might be in trouble here for that gratuitous foul on Gudmundsson.
Adli is pulling the strings in the middle of the park for La Viola. Here Gudmundsson had a knock with probably Abraham knee. Yes, sore one.
The challenge by Comunzo on Morata seemed to come outside the penalty area, so even if the video assistant referee saw that as a foul, he couldn't intervene unless it was for a red card. Dodo, too much on it for Colpani. Morata. Gambia. Still making a real racket, the Florentines, despite this ground being an extremely reduced capacity because of the refurbishment work. Hope is that Fiorentina can have a new ground by 2029. Fofana. Morata dispossessed by Ranieri in the end. Keane got up early. Eduardo Bove. Keane. Gambia was strong, but It's a foul.
Yeah, Gabbia is struggling a bit against Moise Keane strength. They're winning cleverly full. Yeah. The long Cataldi ball over the top. Emerson Royal almost obviously is trying Keane to bend his run. And here, 1 against 1.
Was he trying to play that between the goalkeeper's legs? Did he wait for Maignan to move, do you think?
Probably yes, especially if you're closer to the goalkeeper. Sometimes is the only solution you got. But you need to be calm there.
Gosens. Looking for Keane, it was a good ball. Theo Hernandez a bit casual, but he's done very well. And won a free kick off Colpani.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Theo Hernandez realized that Colpani was just behind him. Probably tried to play the ball in the corner kick, but then thanks to his speed, he recovered.
Fofana, it's a good-looking ball. Rafael Leão nearly got there. David De Gea wasn't sure either.
Here took a big risk. Maignan loves to come off his line. It's good for a defender to have him behind you.
The last touch was off a Fiorentina player, so Milan have a corner here. Just came from a long ball from Youssouf Fofana. Theo Hernandez takes the set piece. Morata peeling away. Gabbia's gone down. It's another penalty to Milan. Very similar to the one Fiorentina got in the same box earlier on. Keane is incredulous, and we have a third penalty of the night.
That's becoming a typical penalty, I would say, here. Gabbia, yeah, and I think it's pretty much similar towards. We're gonna check who's gonna touch the ball first. Keane Shins, probably, or Gabbia.
If it is a wrong decision, it will soon be corrected. Simone Sozzo will flag it up to Luca Pareto to come and have a look. But the referee explaining to the Fiorentina captain, Luca Ranieri, that Gabbia got the ball first and then Keane clattered into him. And no one seems to be learning the lesson. This is becoming increasingly common in the modern game. Cataldi's unhappy, the Fiorentina coaching staff can't believe it either. But surely, having seen Theo Hernandez penalised for something similar in the same match at the same end of the ground, surely, Manuel, you're an ex-defender, there has to be a way of dealing with that that doesn't involve just swiping at the ball. Could you not just jockey or lean into your opponent? Gabbia's going nowhere, he's facing the wrong way.
Yes, sometimes it's hard because you're not even seeing your opponent, but I would say to my defender, be sure you're without anyone around you, or rather just don't kick the ball, because every time, look like in modern football, this is gonna be a penalty 1,000,000%.
Theo Hernandez has taken one and had one saved. Dare I say it, earlier on today, game in La Liga, the Spanish top flight, featured 3 penalties saved by the same goalkeeper, Paulo Gazzaniga. We've already seen Maignan save one, De Gea keep out another. Surely we're not going to have a third saved penalty. Up steps Tammy Abraham, it's saved again by De Gea. Absolutely remarkable. Tammy Abraham, who had scored a penalty for Milan in the win over Venezia, just as Pulisic did in the same game. De Gea has a reputation as being one of the world's best goalkeepers, and he is quickly becoming a Florentine icon. He's denied Theo Hernandez, and now he's kept out Tammy Abraham.
Patrick, I know you want to hear. This is why we love football. Incredible.
There it is.
You talked it. This is seriously incredible. Because he's a good save as well. It's not like a poor penalty. Outstanding again from De Gea.
And sometimes it is not your night. I think they might describe this as una serata maledetta, the Milan fans. They are cursed in front of goal, and David De Gea again going early. How good is that?
Yeah, but I cannot remember. I watched the billion games. I cannot remember in one single game 3 penalty missed. Yes, I remember Martin Palermo from Argentina missed 3 in one.
The game I was referring to, incidentally, was Girona up against Athletic Club. 3 penalties saved by Girona's Paulo Gazzaniga, and then I believe his side won it with a penalty they scored of their own. So there you have it. Anyway, the way they're being doled out this evening by Luca Pareto, that might not necessarily be the last spot kick we witnessed this evening.
I was thinking the same.
Pulisic. Surely Pulisic takes the next one.
Yes, to be fair, I was thinking who's gonna take it again. Pulisic would be my choice as well. Or on the other hand, probably Goodmanson.
Morata riding the challenge, trying to find Rafael Leao. Morata's got it back. The Rabona cross. Camuzzo's got it clear to avoid a corner, but it is a throw-in.
You could clearly see that any single Fiorentina defender was avoiding any contact with AC Milan players in the box. 0 risks.
Fofana rolling away from his opposite number, Adli. Bove doubling up. Amazing, really. Keane's missed a penalty and given one away. Teo's missed a penalty and given one away. Does that mean Tammy Abraham's going to give away a penalty later on?
You have a good day. You did it well, Patrick.
Reinders. Good ball that for Emerson Royale. Bove stopped the cross. It's not happening for Milan this evening. In by Theo Hernandez. Pulisic! Once again he's on the score sheet. His sensational sequence goes on. Milan in a big hole, and Christian Pulisic digs them out again. He just keeps on scoring.
Yeah, tremendous finish by Pulisic. Fiorentina was sitting too deep. Now they don't have Rafael Leao out wide, but Theo is there, providing a wonderful ball for Pulisic from a tight angle with his right foot. Find the net. Game on here.
He'd gone quiet against Leverkusen. He had found the net in 4 straight matches across all competitions prior to the defeat in Germany against the Bundesliga holders. But Pulisic back on the score sheet tonight when all of his colleagues had toiled in front of goal. And correct me if I'm wrong, Manuel, that finish looked far from easy.
No, it wasn't easy at all, because he was running, the ball was coming from deep area. You need to connect it properly, and then he found the opposite corner as well. Wonderful finish by Pulisic. It's been outstanding since he signed for AC Milan.
Very productive first season for Christian Pulisic. 15 goals across all competitions. That's now 6 already this season. He's got 5 in Serie A. Getting close to the likes of Retegui and Thuram, who have 7 each. Rafael Leão with the early cross. Gosens with the header clear. Adli for Goodmanson. One back by Fofana. Pulisic. Can he turn provider now? Pulisic, Abraham was behind him, and I think Comuzzo got a touch. Rafael Leão's been caught there by Colpani.
I think at the end Comuzzo did an incredible job. But Goodmanson cannot afford to lose a ball like that just outside his own box. And here, collision between Colpani and Rafael Leão.
Colpani put his hand up to appeal that throw should be Fiorentina's. He got the decision. Rafael Leão grimaced in the direction of Luca Pareto because didn't get the free kick he felt he deserved. Given away to Fofana by Fiorentina. They're looking a little bit fragile defensively all of a sudden. Emerson Royal with the ball in. Abraham charged onto it and Reinders on the volley. There was a foul on Comuzzo.
Yeah, did well again, because on that slow, high ball, and here the assist from Theo Hernandez, wonderful. I was wondering if maybe Gosens is out of his position, because Adli, I think, had to track Pulisic there, but wonderful finish, sweet.
And he is trying to score despite there being teammates smack in the 6-yard box.
Sometimes your idea, no, your intention is just trying to hit the far corner, sometimes ends as an assist, or like today, they go.
By the way, it was very well controlled by Pulisic on the volley, just guiding it back across goal. Good ball from Comuzzo for Dodò. Now time and space for Colpani. Still Colpani. Dodò. Theo didn't know too much about the block.
For a second I thought the Colpani had the chance to try one to smash it or play Moise Kean.
We've seen Colpani miss some shots from outside the box, free kicks and from open play. Does that start to affect your decisions?
Yeah, probably, yeah. You start to think maybe it's not your day.
Good ball for Gosens, lovely first time cross, Moise Kean! That would have been special.
Would be a fantastic goal. I thought that Moise Kean maybe. Brilliant switch of play by Ranieri. Yeah, maybe could be offside, but this is a wonderful assist. And here Moise Kean could have took maybe a touch. Desperate, because this is a chance they were waiting for.
Slightly reminiscent there of the goal Di Marco scored against Milan in the derby. It was a shorter pass, his on the full, but he played it into Lautaro Martinez before getting it back. So perhaps that is a weakness in Milan's side, in that right-back area with the switch of play.
Yeah, because that Gosens position was a kind of a wing-back position, attacking behind.
Emerson Royal. Morata's found space. Still Morata. Ranieri was brave. Just the final ball at times for Milan hasn't been the best. The one exception being that cross from Theo Hernandez for Pulisic for the equaliser. Fofana. Reinders for Theo Hernandez. Tomori. Well in by Kean on Pulisic. Now it's Emerson Royal. It's a foul by Bove.
Sometimes when you watch AC Milan, you can see how many options players on the ball got, especially up front, with the four strikers stay narrow, plus Emerson Royal on one side and Theo Hernandez on the other. This forces you to defend with the line of 6.
Milan told to wait for the whistle by Luca Pareto. to see Amir Richardson very shortly. Palladino getting his message across. Pulisic with the ball in. Gabbia. Morata's gone down. Gabbia didn't connect as he did in the derby when he got the winner.
Yeah, but he's got sixth sense for the ball, always in the right spot. Here he's not attacking the front post area, but the central. Didn't connect well.
Fiorentina make a change then. Danilo Cataldi coming off, so that Richardson can be introduced.
Yeah, I think Palladino spotted him, saying, we need your legs now. Richardson, we need your energy, your stamina in the middle of the park. The player, very good technically.
His one start in the league came against Venezia, match day 2, goalless draw. Bove. Keane had called for it in behind, instead it's Richardson. Colpani. Dodor has got space here. Now Gosens arriving. Back in by Gosens. Adli underneath it. Theo Hernandez got there. Dodor beaten to the ball by the Frenchman.
Almost quite similar to the goal that Pulisic just scored. Run from behind in the back post situation, back post area.
If you're wondering why Richardson is so tall, he's 197 in metres, 6'6", son of a former basketball professional. Here's Rafael Leao feeding it through for Pulisic. Fabulous challenge from Ranieri.
That's a proper defender tackle. Fantastic from Ranieri. Good defending, but you can see AC Milan, when they got room to attack, they are so dangerous.
And that run from Rafael Leao was very similar to the way he scored here back in late March, when Milan needed to keep winning to stop Inter from winning the title. Eventually lost the Scudetto in the derby. Won the derby though this season. One victory from one attempt for Paulo Fonseca. Richardson. Keane. Superb work from him. Moise Keane is up for the fight. He's got Goodmanson in support. Keane running at Gabbia. It's come off Tomori. Keane for Richardson. Colpani. Is that another penalty? Dodor with the cross. Fiorentina convinced they should have a spot kick. The fans are baying for blood. Dodor. Keane. And now Luca Pareto will tell the Fiorentina players to wait while he has yet another conversation with Simone Sozza. Keep an eye on this challenge on Colpani.
Patrick, I think there is a chance for another one, for the fourth one to be given. And who's gonna take it? Goodmanson, but we see they're gonna check. Good chance here for Kane.
It's Theo Hernandez again. A reminder, it's his 27th birthday. He's already given away a penalty, had a penalty saved, and it looks like he's about to give away a second spot kick here.
And he had an assist as well.
Happy birthday! An assist.
Happy birthday, Theo.
He's gifting penalties, all right. He's found his generous streak, but for the wrong team. Does Keane get the chance to redeem himself? Quite astonishingly, it looks like we're resuming without a penalty.
Not sure, because look like there was a touch in between Theo Hernandez leg and Colpani. But fortunately for AC Milan, like, what a chance. Moise Keane had fantastic job again by Dodo, and the attacks is formidable.
The other option was Luca Ranieri might have taken that penalty, having given one away. Could have taken one for Fiorentina. We'll never know. Gabbia, well in by Gosens. Here's Pulisic. Now it's Tammy Abraham, good save from De Gea. Morata saying that Abraham should have squared it. De Gea stayed on his feet, kicked it away. Goal kick.
Yeah, but you have the sensation, Patrick, that every time both teams reach the last 16 meters, something's gonna happen. Look, this tackle by Ranieri, stretched with his left leg. Wonderful.
It was that sort of run through the middle from Christian Pulisic that saw him score in the derby. This was fabulous work, meantime, from Keane. Richardson under pressure from Reinders, who did trip the Moroccan. Reinders now giving some back to the Fiorentina fans.
Yeah, but going back on what Keane did there, I think Keane is becoming the player we always thought he was going to become. What a piece of football skills, power as well.
TG Reinders booked not for the challenge, but because of his interaction with the supporters. Just there. The referee feels he was antagonising the supporters. It is difficult for professionals, especially playing away from home. They get dogs abuse. At times we don't know what was said to Reinders there, but clearly reacted. Noah Okafor, who has a knack of scoring off the bench. Milan need him to do that now. It's another fairly anonymous night for Raphael Leão.
Yeah, Okafor last season scored so many goals coming from the bench. And here again, talking about poor performance by Leão.
Keane's brought it down. Goodmanson! The front two link up. And Fiorentina are back in front here. Crashed home by Albert Goodmanson after the support play from Moise Keane. And Fiorentina have their new strike pairing all right.
He's a special player, Patrick. He showed it last season, and this season again. Since he came back, he made a difference for Fiorentina, but it's too easy. Long ball from the goalkeeper. Not good enough from Tomori. The ball fell into Goodmanson's feet, and from there, he doesn't miss. Great job by Moise Keane.
They have been lacking a cutting edge in recent years, Fiorentina. They've tried with all sorts of attacking options. This season, they've turned to Goodmanson and Keane, and the pair are clearly developing an understanding. Keane this time turning provider, and Goodmanson doing what some of his teammates have failed to manage so far this evening, putting his boot through it.
Yeah, but too easy, Patrick. Long kick by the goalkeeper. So easy to defend. You've got plenty of time to read the ball, the flying of the ball. Misjudged by Tomori. Keane won it. And too easy for Goodmanson. Good strike.
Albert Goodmanson scoring against Milan. His great-grandfather, who was also called Albert Goodmanson, incidentally, used to play for Milan way back when. Here's Keane on the turn, and Richardson ahead of him. He wasn't interested in feeding his colleague. And for the second time this evening, Milan find themselves behind.
Yeah, and Moise Keane got too much space every time to turn completely a mark. Yes, Gabi is scared about his pace.
Pulisic. Emerson Royal. Such an entertaining game of football at the Frankie. We've still got a quarter of an hour plus added time. Reinders as Milan seek a leveller. Emerson Royal. And again. Emerson with the cross. De Gea did well.
Yeah, bossing the 6-yard box there. Too slow from Royal. Here the skipper is coming on.
Biraghi about to be introduced. Christian Kwame there with him. But Keane has caused so many problems for the Milan backline this evening. And as you said, Manuel, he was a precocious talent. He burst onto the scene as a teenager. And plenty of moves, Moise Keane, but Fiorentina giving him the platform to play every week that he didn't have at Juventus.
You see if we go with back five.
They had to wait a while to get Gudmundsson. Did Fiorentina, it was worth the wait. Had a calf injury when he first joined. There was a few issues he faced with his former club Genoa. But it is the two goal scorers who are taken off. Adli, who got the opener, and Gudmundsson, who gave Raffaele Palladino's side back the advantage. Kwame and Biraghi. Does that mean the Viola's shape changes?
Yes, probably we go with the back five line. Or Biraghi will play like a kind of a left winger with Kwame and Moise Keane up front.
Kwame winning a free kick there, using his physicality. Milan just can't seem to find the consistency. They had a good run in Serie A, either side of the derby win. But this is looking like back-to-back defeats for them after that loss in Leverkusen. Unless they can score again to rescue a point. Emerson Royal. And after the international break, they'll play an Udinese side who currently have more points in the table than them. Brilliant work from Costa Runjaic, 13 points, same number as Juventus.
It looks like he's more kind of 4-4-1-1 with Kwame Keane up front. You can see Colpani following Theo Hernandez everywhere.
Okafor, Theo Hernandez. Milan can go long to Abraham, they have that option. Instead they've given it away to Dodor. Richardson. Biraghi. Ball there. Fiorentina now keeping the ball. Don't have to do a lot now. You can just try and frustrate Milan and wait for the Rossoneri to expose themselves, as they undoubtedly will do, as they look for an equaliser. Biraghi has found Kwame. It's a sloppy ball straight to Theo Hernandez. One back by Richardson. Gabbia. Reinders. Theo Hernandez. Reinders again. Kwame was strong.
That's attitude. You lose the ball, that back. Comuzzo probably with the cramps.
Another look at that. Moise Keane might well have been bringing it down for himself, but Gudmundsson was so close to him. Sense that it was just the chance for Gudmundsson to drive it home on the half volley. And again, Milan showing that they can be called out defensively. Those Icelandic flags will become increasingly prevalent at the Franchi if he continues to bang in the goals.
We see if maybe the natural replacement will be Martinez Quarta. You know, left out of the water.
They've made 3 changes, Fiorentina, across 2 slots. Richardson coming on his own, and then a double substitution 3 minutes ago. The Curva Fiesole has been relocated. But the passion for this football club It's a one-club city, Florence, like Naples is. This is the only club that you can realistically support when you're a Florentine. Certainly one club you must not support. It's Juventus.
Yeah, big rivalry between Bianconere and Viola.
Won fairly by Gozens. But Milan have it again. Reinders, Bove with the sliding challenge. Kwame. Colpani wanted it on the far side. Fofana won it cleanly. Challenge is flying in now. Richardson hauled down by Morata.
Yeah, great intensity. Kwame had a couple of mistakes in the technical errors. A couple of missed passes.
Pulisic doesn't understand why he's been taken off here, having scored Milan's only goal. Chukwueze is on him. It's a like-for-like change, but Milan have taken off their top scorer when they need a goal.
Yep, unsurprisingly, doesn't look like he had any physical problems.
Okafor. Here's Dodò. Colpani. Sloppy first touch.
Yeah, he looks a bit tired. By the way, Bove energy is incredible, eh? Middle of the park.
What an astonishing game of football this has been. 3 penalties, all saved. 3 goals. Fiorentina arguably should have had another penalty. Strikes from Goodmanson and Adli against his parent club, and yet another goal from Christian Pulisic. Tomori. Reinders. Now Okafor running at Colpani. Doesn't want to do much defending. Okafor somehow kept the ball. No foul though by Richardson. Dodò. Keane holding it up. Moise Keane is unstoppable this evening, but he did throw out an arm.
What a performance, yes. You can argue about missing a penalty, but he's been outstanding by himself up front.
Surely has to start for Italy this month. Morata. Then again, there's Retegui, who's just got a hat-trick. Royale with the cross. Easy for De Gea.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. The power he's got is a sense. Look here. Shielding the ball, going past Gabbia. Here celebrating the fall. Near Paladin, absolutely furious.
Where have we seen that before, throwing off his jacket?
Massimo Allegri.
And Palladino's first ever Serie A win came against Massimiliano Allegri. Monza 1, Juventus 0. Di Maria sending off, and a goal from Christian Goodkier.
Here, the card, probably. Oh.
Well, Allegri, dare I say it, used to get away with that. We saw him doing it in the Coppa Italia final, which was his final act as Juventus boss. When he beat Atalanta, Palladino's side are winning here. That was Abraham taking it away from De Gea, and even if the ball's left the goalkeeper's grasp, you can't do that. Palladino, meantime, has been shown a red card. He'll be serving a touchline ban when Fiorentina heads south to the Via del Mare after the international break. But in the meantime, he wants to go and find a monitor so you can see the rest of this.
To be fair, in good shape as well, eh? Good run, still run. The pace.
Away by Tomori, back by Dodò. Towering header from the birthday boy, Teo Hernandez. Certainly a birthday he won't forget. Fofana. Here's Chukwueze. Morata waits in the box. Chukwueze deflected. It's a great save from De Gea. Arguably the only player who's outperformed Moise Keane this evening.
There are some nights where a goalkeeper is becoming a hero, and this is certainly one. Look again. Brilliant save by De Gea.
Milan have a corner for their troubles. A couple of players lurk on the edge of the box. In by Reinders. Richardson heads it clear. Keane used his thigh. Theo Hernandez. Good header from Gosens. Kwame told to take his time by Bove. Gosens knocks it long. Kwame with a nudge there on Emerson Royal, but Fiorentina look tired now.
Yeah, power, fantastic header by Gosens in the middle of 3 AC Milan players here. Yes, a light push, but it's a foul.
Just Pulisic, the one Milan player on that shortlist. Hard to argue with De Gea. Moise Keane might have deserved a mention, then again he didn't miss a penalty. Chukwueze, this is a great run, Chukwueze! The finish was lacking and it nearly went out for a throw.
I thought he was going to place it as usual, like he's capable of that kind of shot. Went past easily, Gosens. You can see he was absolutely tired, exhausted.
David De Gea was let go by Manchester United after they brought in Andre Onana after an excellent season with Manchester United, but this evening he has reminded everyone in the world game what a fabulous shot stopper he is, keeping out 2 penalties, producing some heroics elsewhere. Looks a really smart bit of business from Fiorentina. Daniele Pradere, sporting director, and his team. On by Abraham for Morata, lovely first touch into his stride. Morata's got away from Comuzzo. Dodò heads it clear, Comuzzo gets it further away from goal.
Yeah, but Patrick, it's incredible to think that he was without a club for a year. That's scary.
Does command high wages, but we've seen why. Reinders. Okafor. That's a corner off Richardson.
Yes, good job by Richardson. Doubled up Colpani. Now AC Milan got the chance with 2 minutes to go.
6th corner for Milan. Fiorentina haven't had a single one. Reinders bends it in. Won by Kwame. Emerson Royal misjudged the flight. That's Theo Hernandez. And again, Reinders could have kept it in. Instead, he wants the corner as we move towards the 90th minute of the match. Should be plenty of added time. Another Rangers corner. De Gea through the crowd. A foul on a Fiorentina player by Youssef Fofana. It's Bove who's down holding his face.
Yes, it was another one who had a wonderful performance in here. Physical duel here between Bove and Fofana.
Going to be no consolation to Milan fans given the scoreline, but for neutrals, I don't remember as fun a football match as this in a long time. And the way it's going, you just never know. There might be one final twist. Perhaps Milan can grab an added time equaliser in the 5 minutes which remain. Or perhaps Fiorentina could kill it off decisively. But here goes Morata, stepping past Richardson and finding Okafor. Dodò got there. Theo Hernandez. Okafor. He's done well. Okafor. Tammy Abraham. Heroic block from Ranieri.
Yeah, good block by Okafor. Just gave him the ball. Here they're gonna check. I think Ranieri cleared the ball. Yes. Let's see if there is a touch. Yeah, Okafor has got great power. The first 5-6 steps
I think Ranieri just made the block. I don't think he necessarily followed through on Abraham. We'll see.
Yeah, there is a light touch in between, I think, Ranieri right foot and Tammy Abraham right, but I don't think the penalty is going to be given.
I think Abraham is adapting to the officiating in Serie A. I'm not sure he necessarily would have appealed for that in England, where he grew up. But you can't blame the players either. We've already seen 3 penalties awarded tonight, 2 of them for incidents similar to that. Confirmation that there is no need for an on-field review. They want to get Michael Coyote on Fiorentina. They're unhappy that they've not been allowed to do so by the 4th official, Antonio Rapuano. In by Chukwueze, who went all the way through. It's just a goal kick. Look at Ranieri there, unhappy with Abraham. I think was appealing for something, and Ranieri's had enough. Ranieri's always been quite vocal. He described Leandro Paredes of Juventus and latterly Roma as miraculatos, as if he was lucky to have the career he's had and won all the things he has. Off comes Colpani. Coyote is on, and Fiorentina are 3 minutes from the finish line.
Yeah, plenty of defenders now in the park. 4-4-2 with your wingers on one side, Biraki on the other, Coyote.
Keane is flagging now. Understandably not chasing down that lost cause. Flicked on by Abraham. Dodor has done really well considering he was booked in the 8th minute. Kwame. Dodor's still got enough left in the tank to run up the line. Coyote goes long. Milan wanted the flag there against Keane. Here's Kwame. Keane can keep it moving. Keane's got it back. Moise Keane wants his goal! He very nearly got it. Now it's Bove. The ball did not cross the line. And only Moise Keane knows how he hasn't scored this evening. He's had 2 goals disallowed for offside. He's struck the underside of the crossbar. He's had a penalty save. And yet he won't care one jot if Fiorentina go on to win this game.
I remember ages ago there was one player wearing the Viola jersey that at this kind of strike, his name was Gabriel Omar Batistuta. Right on the crossbar. Look here. Sensational strike.
And I think if that had gone in off the underside of the crossbar, it would have warranted a Batistuta-style machine gun celebration. But maybe, just maybe, start of the golden era is on the way in Florence. It's very early days. Goodmanson and Keane are certainly not Rui Costa and Batistuta, but Fiorentina have a long season ahead. They want to go one better in the Conference League. Twice runners-up in the last 2 seasons. But they're keeping it well down by the corner. Milan have to get the ball long. We've almost played all of the 5 added minutes. Chukwueze. It's going to be a yellow card for Bove. Milan have to try and hit someone in the box. They've taken the free kick too quickly. They will have time to take it, but Fofana would do well now just to knock it into the penalty area. Instead, he wanted Maignan to take it short. I'm not sure there's enough time for them to move it wide. Has to go long from Fofana into the mixer from the Frenchman. Abraham underneath it. Reinders. No foul, and Fiorentina have won a pulsating game of football. They've sent Rocco Comiso back to the United States, happy all right. A game that had absolutely everything. 3 penalties, all of them saved. A beauty from Adli against his parent club. A goal from Goodmanson after Pulisic had added to his excellent run of form, but David De Gea, the real hero for Fiorentina, twice denied the Rossoneri from 12 yards. It is a win which could spell a turning point for Raffaele Palladino. It's a setback for Milan. It's 2 straight defeats for them in all competitions amid a very busy week. And perhaps it was one match too many for the same 11 players for Paulo Fonseca. Theo Hernandez, on his birthday, has given away a penalty, has missed a penalty, and has now been sent off after the final whistle. All that after beginning the night with the captain's armband. The fallout to this match will go on beyond this evening, but it ends this evening in Florence. Fiorentina 2, Milan 1.